She got a giggles.
What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of My Turn, My Truth. Because when it's your turn, you do what?
Tell your truth.
All right, right now you're looking at the Rice Man. Who we got with me tonight?
Mara.
All right, it's your girl Kim. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at m.kennedii and subscribe to our YouTube at Rice Girls Official. That's me and Mom.
Okay, Rice Girls Official. I'm with that.
I'm Mackenzie. How y'all doing?
I'm Marielle.
What's up, Marielle? What's up, Mackenzie?
Hello.
What's up, everybody? So we're back. It's Monday again. We're happy to be back seeing you tonight. We got some topics tonight. We probably gonna get a little bit messy tonight. I think
A lot messy.
a lot messy, but we're gonna get messy tonight. We got some things to talk about. Try to see where your mind's at. So
somebody happy about getting messy.
Mm-hmm. That's where all the comments come in. People like being messy
because they always talk
until
about
it's
me.
about them.
She talk about me being messy.
Well, y'all want to jump right on into it, or y'all want to?
Yes, jump.
You don't have any facts.
Yeah. That's what we started.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah, happy Black History Month to everybody.
That part.
Power to the people.
I'm still pro-black.
Yep.
It's gonna be that way forever.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a choice, son?
I always got a choice. I could be Uncle Tom, but I won't.
Oh, which is true. He could be.
I won't.
You still be black,
but it's not power to the people.
Okay. Scroll moment.
Just shout out to all the black people, man. I don't really got a fact today.
Martin Luther King had a dream.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Malcolm X had a vision. But I do got a question, a little icebreaker.
Okay.
We talked about this, me and my wife.
Oh, his wife.
So the question is, would you rather be loved by everybody or feared by everybody? Which one? And why?
That's a good
Loved
question.
or feared by everybody?
I think that's gonna go like deep. That could go kind of deep.
Yeah.
Can we
It's
come
kind of
back
like what
to-
kind
No. But what you think?
But mine's gonna be loved.
I think loved too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I already know what the guy's gonna say.
Yeah, we had this whole conversation about why too. I would probably rather be loved.
Men. It's always.
I'm
the
thinking.
Men.
I mean,
But you said it wasn't gonna be hard.
I know people.
Oh God.
SHIT on people that they love. They love them though, but
100%.
they'll do stuff to them and whatever. But people you fear,
Mm-hmm.
that give you a different.
Uh-huh. People do stuff to people they fear all the time.
I'd rather be feared.
Yeah.
I already knew that was gonna be the answer.
For both of them.
But I asked him a question too. I was like, well, what kind of fear is it though? Is it a fear, like a reverence? Like I
right.
respect you? Or is it
Like
a fear
scared.
of like what you can do? Fear of what you can
don't
do
matter.
over me. Like you have power over
It
me.
don't matter.
Yes,
I feel
'cause
like
we
people
fear
that
the
you fear,
Lord.
that you rise up against it. You can rise up against things that you fear.
But you can, but will you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's if you fear.
If the opportunity is right, and if they can people get enough camaraderie behind them to get it done, then absolutely. Look at what happened to Hitler. I mean, he ended up taking his own life because he felt like it probably was cowardly if somebody else was to do it. But a lot of people fear Hitler, and look what happened to him.
A lot of people feared Michael Jordan. All the basketball players talking about how they feared him on the court, and he was just the best.
That's why Marielle asked what type of
That's
fear.
not necessarily reverence. They just feared him on the court.
I mean,
That wasn't
I think
reverence.
that was respect.
A lot of
I think
people-
that was respect.
A lot of people fear Suge
The
Knight.
respect of the game.
A lot of people fear Suge Knight, a killer. He ain't dead.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
right.
it all depends on the circumstance.
I mean,
So
you'll rise
I mean,
up against
niggas
it
ain't
if you
try.
fear it and disagree with it. But if you just fear it but kind of agree with what they're doing,
Okay, but then we just said fear. We just said fear.
yeah, so we can take it either way.
Yeah.
All right,
I-
so
I
my
say
answer
so.
is still loved.
I said, I feel like a man. I mean, I feel like the woman should say love, the man should
I was
say
gonna
fear.
say that too, because we were talking about
I
how
do
like
think
the
it's
man
a
is the
gender
leader,
Because-
like we are supposed to have reverence and like they're
Different
supposed to lead us,
roles.
right?
And,
It's a
so-
different-
and fear brings out rationality. I feel. If you
Hey, Grandma.
If you,
Hey,
Grandma, how you
Mom.
doing?
Sorry I didn't give a
Grandma
call.
Carolyn.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
other mom.
Hey, Ma.
Love you.
I'm
Hey,
just saying,
Ma. Love you.
the
You trying to
fear,
outdo me. I love you.
the fear people.
It was a joke.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Ha,
talking. The fear people have for me can protect her. The fear people have for me can protect you.
Correct.
Ain't nobody scared of you. Not you or you. But if I go into a store and see somebody like that or see another man, I need to have that fear. I need to have that reverence.
Okay,
snap.
so we knew
And
that the men would
And
sense
one
fear.
thing, I'm just gonna tell
Okay,
my truth.
awesome.
That's
Yeah, I just allow him to finish his sentence,
yeah,
ladies.
I'll let y'all finish. But okay, but yeah, men need to
Going
be
in
feared. I feel
circles.
like all men need to be feared.
Yes, agreed.
All right, moving on. That was a good question.
You
Though.
tell when the ladies don't like a topic
but-
and want to move to another.
No,
one.
it ain't the fact that
No.
we just got something that we got
Next.
planned business, but that ain't got nothing to do with
Next.
it. But that does show that, like I said, that could go into a long that could be a whole podcast conversation, in my opinion, because it lead off to yes it can,
Going in circles.
because
Right.
it just the roles show you how your answer is going to be, so it goes back to the roles and family and all that creation and stuff.
Time to get messy.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead to where my wife wants to go. Our
Yes.
first topic right now, it was a viral post on TikTok. We want to chop it around and throw it around and kick it down the road a little bit. Let's see what we got right here. Let's go.
Let's see.
And I'm going through a bunch of damn near 88 texts from me and a young lady who I've been taking out, spending time with, good conversation, getting to know her. And it was a false alarm. When I say false alarm, she invited me finally to her home. Mind you, I've been taking her to dinner, movies, bowling, all on my dime. I've been trying to put in that work to get to know her. No, not pressuring her, just networking, getting to know her. And she invited me to her home, so I'm like, okay, cool. She says, would you like dinner? She said, I'm gonna make you dinner. I said, okay, cool. That's cool. She told me, what time would you like to have dinner? I said, I get off at 6. And she said, meet me at Kroger. I'm gonna be in that area, and Kroger's right off the strip where my job is. So I said, cool. I meet at Kroger, and I'm thinking she probably want me to come there, pick out a bottle of wine, even though I don't drink, or something to that extent. So she's not at Kroger. She's in a handicap spot, right? So, in a nutshell, I tap on her window. I was like, what's going on, babe? She's like, get a shopping cart. We get a shopping cart. She put some alcohol on it, whatever. And she's pushing it. And she was like, what do you got a taste for? I was like, anything. Some steak. I haven't had steak all year. So we had got some T-bone steaks. They were like $28 a piece. So she bought 2 of them. She got some baked potatoes. She got some carrots. And what else she get? Some asparagus. And she got some other little necessities. She was like, you want any dessert? I said, nah. But she got an apple pie for herself. So now we ringing all this stuff together, and it comes to, matter of fact, she got all these seasoning. It comes to $72, right? And she looks at me. I tell you no lie. She looks at me while we in the express lane, and I say, oh, you want to use my Kroger card? She's like, no, stupid. I got my own Kroger card. So she take her Kroger card out. She said, you're not going to pay for it? I tell you no lie. My voice is still gone. I looked at this woman in her eye, and I walked away. I didn't say no. I didn't say yeah. I just walked away. I'm not even going to ask you, was I wrong? Because God's my witness. I know I wasn't wrong. You didn't tell me you wanted me to pay for the food. You just said you was going to make me dinner. This dating situation.
All right, so All right, so we back. So what y'all talk to me? What y'all think about that?
The amount of entitlement that women have, it beyond. Women are the first people to say that N words ain't this, and I don't need this, and I don't need this, and this and this. But when we put our hand back in our pocket and keep it there, they want to cry and complain. A hit dog or holler. I'm not talking about the 3 women in here, but it is ridiculous. It is sick how much they throw rocks at us and beat us down and talk so bad about us. And we doing stuff out of the kindness of our heart, the good ones. And you shoot us down, and you feel like I owe you something. I don't owe you nothing, nigga. I don't owe you nothing.
It's the fact
bro. So go.
It's the fact that she was off, or at least it seemed like she was off, and that she waited to go to the store and was like, "Meet me at Kroger."
And why?
Okay, but also too, it's kind of funny that he said that he included that she was just in the handicap.
Why is she in the handicap?
Yeah, the handicap part.
Is she disabled?
In the mind,
That's a good
comment.
Sound like she disabled in the mind. But the fact of the matter, go ahead, read the comment because I'm gonna go.
Mike Brown says $72. Come on, bro. That's nothing. She should not have to pay. It's the principle.
It's the fact that she
It's the
said,
principle.
"Let me cook you food."
All right, so and I feel like I'm with you, Mike. What's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? That's my dude.
What, Mike?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
I'm saying, what is you talking about?
No, but see, hold on. This is going viral because there are different opinions on this. I feel like I don't have a problem buying the Kroger stuff if it's stated up front. If she said, "Hey, I want to cook you dinner tonight. I really don't have the money. If you buy, I'll fry."
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That is fair.
So now I don't
That
feel
happen.
like I'm walking into an ambush. I feel
Right.
like I'm going and meet me at Kroger. Like we go pick the stuff I'm expecting to buy. I think that's the thing. If you say you're going to cook for me and don't say, if you buy, I'll fry. If you just say I'm gonna cook for you, the expectation is you're treating me.
Right.
And I think when you get there and get blindsided, and she like, "No, stupid,"
Yeah,
and you
it's the
gonna
fact that
pay
she
for
was
it, like.
joking, yeah.
Okay.
And I agree with McKean's on the entitlement part.
Mike responds. He said he should have cooked and rolled her ass in.
But
we would have ramen noodles.
yeah, I mean,
Sandwiches, fruit
Well,
and chips.
because like it's a lot of
Go ahead.
it's a lot of information missing here. She
For sure.
may not have a lot of money. She may be tight.
Mhm.
She may be,
Well, then you
If
should
he
be
walked
picking
off
up-
Right.
that way, that was not stated.
Okay.
Well, then the fact of the matter is, if it's a lot of information missing, like Mackenzie said, then he didn't include or allude to that there's missing pieces of this information. Of course, we know that there's multiple sides of a story. However, but he took the time to say about all the things that he's done while dating her, trying to
Right.
make an impression on her. And I could see, even if she did not say that she wanted him to pay, I can see how he felt like she now was fin to, do something for him because of all the things that he did for her within the time that they was getting to know each other. And then you call me and say that you want to cook dinner. I want to cook dinner for you tonight. To me, I feel like whether she said it or not, I feel like it was going to be on her.
Mhm.
I agree.
But as soon as she said, "Meet me at the grocery store,"
yeah.
I knew then. I knew then
So
that it's finna go left.
my whole thing is, and we're just assuming that she could not have a lot of money because that wasn't stated. But my whole thing is, if you didn't, and if you know you're not finna pay, you're picking up expensive stuff. He's saying she picking up alcohol.
Right.
She doing all this stuff.
But he
stuff that
said
you
steak,
stuff that you probably wouldn't pick up if it was
Well,
on your dime.
Well, because he had said too, like what are we gonna eat, kind of thing. Like, so, like she could set the bar there,
But
but
she
then
asked him, and he said, "I
Yeah,
hadn't
that's
had
the
steak in a
thing.
while."
It was
She said,
it was an ambush.
like she
Yeah,
called
yeah,
him
yeah.
like, "I'm gonna cook dinner for you tonight."
What you
Yeah.
want?
He
I'm
said
like, I
that's
want to
true,
steak
Mata.
too.
well, that's what
Mike
I'm saying
said
too.
that's
Is
true,
like
Mata.
I want
he,
steak too.
like she, like asked him in a sense of like he can choose whatever he wanted,
Right.
He did.
and
And like he said, when he went there, because
said
again,
that
he's
too.
thinking about all the nice gestures he's done
Yeah.
for her. So he's thinking, okay, she's wanting to cook dinner for me, but she want my input of what I want.
Yeah.
So that's why she's
and she's inviting me.
I think I feel like Mackenzie. It's the
entitlement.
It's entitlement. It's just the like, no, silly, duh. Like, I expect you to pay all the time, and that's like, did you think you weren't gonna pay? And I think that's what my man felt like.
Yeah.
I got to pay all the time. Even when you ask me out, I got to pay. I got to pay when I ask you out. Okay. So you have set an expectation in your mind that the man is always supposed to pay. And I think that's the issue.
Can I say something right there? I feel like also she waited till they get up there and see the price so that he would feel embarrassed if he said no. So now I'm going to say, pay for it. Now I'm in front of this cashier.
That's the only person that should be embarrassed, the cashier.
Exactly. In front of the cashier and then probably in front of the people behind us. Now I'm gonna spring it on you because you could have said when we was walking through the aisles or when we was walking up here,
or whenever you made the invitation.
I have my Kroger card if you're gonna pay this, that, and the third. But you wait until we there at
like, say, are you stupid? That little comment, like. That is just you just degraded him too, especially if it was in front of other people, and now you're trying to get him to pay. That's just a double whammy.
Yeah, man, the looks is not bad. Looks ain't everything. Sister, you can't use your looks for everything.
But my baby is very distasted of it.
If I take my wife out to eat, I would tell her up front, hey, don't bring your purse, don't bring your wallet. I got it. Before what you want to eat, I got it. I'll tell when we get to the restaurant, we say, I got it. Like,
because I'm pretty sure that man did that.
I'm 100% sure, 98% sure that man did that in all them days. I got it. Don't worry about it. Set the bar up front.
So then that goes back to me as far as with setting the bar and communication. And
setting the expectation.
And communication. Setting the expectation because we can assume one way or another because she could just assume that this is just how this dude is. It's just like it's always going to be on his dime. Wrong assumption. But she could have assumed it just because of how the relationship has been thus far. So,
or her past relationships.
Because
I would ask her, why are you single? I'm gonna start asking single women like that, why are you single? But I'm mad now.
I think when you're in the dating scene in 2025, when you're getting to know each other, I think it's important that men and women stand and say, look, how are we gonna do this dating thing?
Are we Dutch?
Are we doing this Dutch thing?
He's 30 years old in the video.
Yeah, we going Dutch or how we, how you feel about men and women going out? Do you feel like the men should always pay? I think that's an early conversation that kind of needs to be had.
Absolutely. Also, let me just say, when I'm growing up, my parents raised me. If I'm going on a date, even if you're expecting them to pay or they're saying they're going to pay, you still bring your money. That's how, just in case. You never know what might happen. I'm still going to bring my money. I'm going to be straight regardless, whether you pay or I pay.
That's just the unwritten rule of life.
Right.
If I ask you to go on a date,
I pay. Yeah,
but the fact of the matter is, the date is the grocery store. That was the first. That's the first red flag right there. It is because I feel like, although, and again, I'm with this dude, and I am on this dude's side because I feel like he was really thinking that okay, I've done all that I was gonna do, or all that I can do, or up until this point, and now she's gonna reward me because I've been rewarding her throughout the relationship. And I think that's a lot of things that men look at.
Yes, we need that.
That they don't get that as much as women do. Yeah. So he probably was really feeling like, okay, now it's my turn. This lady is now trying to do something for me because I've been pouring into her all this time. So okay, let's do this. But again, when you said meet me at the grocery store,
but meet me at the grocery store could have meant to me, we can go shopping. She's gonna let me pick my ingredients. She don't know what I really like.
That's true.
Let me show. I like this kind of steak. I like these seasonings. I like this.
And that's what he
asparagus
thought. And he thought all that.
Right. So that's what he thought. But I just think, like my son was saying earlier, it's just that no, stupid. Like
I think
that's the part, and I think that would have made me sit back like that little no stupid part. I'm like, what you talking about? Like so. That would have sent me on the wrong way. Now I don't know. If depending on if I really liked her, I may have paid it and then been like,
and that wasn't cool.
At least she cooking it.
Right.
There's still some effort, but only if I really liked her. But if it was in the early stage and I felt you felt entitled for me to pay all the time, I'd have bounced out too.
Okay, so for me, I'm with mom. the whole meet me at the grocery store thing. I kind of knew it was coming, maybe because we're women and we can
and we know
that.
And we know the dating scene at this point, because that ain't nothing that I personally would have done, but it's just the fact of the dating scene at this point. A lot of women out here nowadays, they feel like, and like Mackenzie said earlier, they feel entitled and they feel like they are the prize and they feel like everything is just to be done for them. So it's just like certain, I feel like if the men know that that's how the dating scene are now, you need to be really listening to those flags. And when she said, homegirl said, meet me at the grocery store, and
the flag yellow,
and other questions need to be coming. Yeah. So am I coming
what that mean?
As a guest, or am I coming as the
right
to pay just and to put the bill?
It's kind of sad,
and it's sad that you
have to ask that anyway. Because I'm with Mackenzie and Dad. If I ask you on a date, or if I'm saying I'm going to do something for you, then I'm going to do something for you. I asked, it's on me. Yeah. So, if I know that I probably can't afford steak, maybe if it was something cheaper, she might have gotten it. Then you pick the menu. Don't ask him what he want to eat.
But if she couldn't afford steak when he said steak, then at that point she needed to say, "Okay, I was treating, but that's above my price range." Again, communication. Yeah. Communication is key. At any level or relationship, because you still can have a good. And no, she put it out there like, "What do you want?" Yeah. Like it was open game, but still, you still can have a good meal. And that guy seemed like he was understanding. I'm sure he wouldn't just bounce out if she said, "Well, I can't afford steak right now."
I think the men in the dating world now, talking to some of my single friends and coworkers, they feel like a lot of women just use men for free dinner, food, free lunch,
and they do, because I know some who do that.
They don't really like you like that, but they feel like, I go out with buddy, at least I get me a free dinner, free meal, free meal, and dudes feel used, so they keep going out and paying. The girls don't call them back. Girls don't call them back, and it's like, bro, I keep getting used for food. And that ain't cool, you know what I'm saying?
Play, man.
Use for food. You know.
Hey, I'm just saying. That's
what I'm gonna start saying. Don't get used for food.
If it happened to be a money thing, and you know what you can afford, then you offer this meal or this meal. Then you know I can afford this, so I'm gonna offer grilled chicken and mashed potatoes. That's what I'm offering up front. It wasn't a money thing.
You're
right.
It's an entitlement thing.
She expected him to pay.
I'm cool if you buy a fry. I'm cool.
I'm talking about just be upfront about it.
Up front.
If you're gonna spend. I'm gonna spend an hour picking out stuff. You're gonna spend an hour cooking. That's a fair trade to me.
Yeah, cool, good,
up front, and that's why communication needs to be had. They too old to be playing them games. She's trying to embarrass him to make him pay, because that's really like what it was. I'm gonna wait till we get to the thing, because there's no way in front of all these people he gonna say no. Right. And he showed her today because he walked off.
Well,
God was on your side. You right.
We're going next topic now. Next topic. We're gonna try to keep them moving. Y'all, let's check this out. This
is gonna be the one.
Let's see.
Understand this. My lights got turned off, so I called my baby's father and asked him. Y'all, please help me understand this. My lights got turned off, so I called my baby's father and asked him if he could get my lights turned on for me. He said no, because I have a husband and that's his responsibility. How is that his responsibility to pay my lights to get turned back on after they get turned off? That you have kids that stay here. You don't care about your kids. I understand that I have a husband. Granted, don't beat me up over it. But we fell on hard times. So as my baby's father, I feel like you're supposed to pick up the slack. So you rather for your kids to be in the dark than to help your baby mother get her lights turned back on? What if I didn't have a husband? Would you have helped me then? These men is crazy. Sir, help me get my lights turned on. Don't worry about my husband. He's doing what he's supposed to do as a man. As my baby daddy, you should be helped. So y'all, please help me understand this. My lights got turned off.
Okay. I'm getting to you, Morgan. I'm getting to you real quick.
First of all,
this a joke.
Exactly.
No.
Where are the cameras? I'm being punked.
Right.
But this girl said,
the
"Don't
internet
worry
is split on this." But go ahead.
Don't worry about my husband. He doing what he's supposed to do as a man. As y'all over there in the dark in his house, man, please. And then, as the baby daddy, if I'm in the same city with you, oh, you want your kids to be in the dark? No, I'll come pick them up. You and your husband be in the dark, and I'll come get my kids. Y'all let me know when y'all turn y'all lights back on.
So,
and I'll bring them back.
And I knew that was going to be one of the things somebody said. I'll come get my kids.
Absolutely.
And they'll stay with me while y'all lights off. We are then making an assumption that was not a given in this, that they're even in the same city
why I said, if
or
they're in the
state.
same
Like,
city.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
We don't know if they're in the same city or state. That wasn't given and wasn't said. You don't want to, move kids out of their school system. They might be, seniors. You know what type of age they were for a couple of days just to send them back. So I can understand that. But
Here's my thing.
If in the same city and state, the kids can come stay with me for a sec. You know what I'm saying? Until y'all get that out. But yeah, Morgan, like, my man doing what he's supposed to do.
While y'all in his house with the lights off.
Yeah,
well,
both of y'all need to be doing what you're supposed to do, not just your man. If you're in the house too, you need to be trying to help. You know?
I see that phone bill ain't cut off. Turn that phone off and turn them lights on.
Oh.
Since you got kids, but you got on TikTok, that Wi-Fi on, that LTE on that phone on. You trying to worry about some kids?
Well,
you supposed to worry about the kids.
No, I'm just saying. That's what you're making it.
I'm gonna go a different route, and I definitely agree. It is yours and your husband's responsibility to take care of the household necessities for your house. But I want to say, like, if the children are out of state and I have it, I might send some money just for the sake of my kids, but me and her and him go have a conversation. And the reason I say that is because I don't want my children to suffer. And if my children can't have, if my lights off, that means my power is off more than likely.
Yeah,
so that means my children. So right. So that means my children are not going to have hot water or things of that nature. Now, I don't agree with the attitude at all. I don't agree with the expectation that these your kids, this, that, and the other. I don't agree with that. But somewhere y'all mismanaging y'all money. And I'm not saying that your thing is, y'all fell on hard times. I don't believe that. I feel like y'all are mismanaging y'all money, and now you want to go to this dude and try to swindle money out of him just because you got kids by him. And obviously, for you to be able to ask and have an attitude, this man must have been a good person, that he took care of his responsibilities. That's just my assumption of what's going on. This is my truth. So I feel like I don't agree with her attitude. I don't agree that your husband is handling his business, because he's definitely is not, because you and your kids are in the dark and cold baths or whatever the case may be. I don't agree with none of that at all. But I feel like if you need help and you feel like the baby's father is in a position to help, it's a better way of asking for help. That's just
I can see mom from being out of state parent.
Maybe
that's the out-of-state parent.
Maybe in that scenario, that I would, if I could help, I would want to help because my kids are there, and that would be the only reason.
And that's how a lot of people get used to.
But I pay half. If y'all come up with half, and I come up with half,
I got a whole nother angle gonna take it somewhere. So I let Mackenzie and Marielle kind of.
He mad again.
Y'all get what y'all got? Anything? Pass.
You know what?
Marielle, what you think?
He don't want to pass. Give it back.
I figured he was going to say as soon as I start talking.
Boy, he gripping the microphone.
Go ahead.
He and Mo. He don't
like, why? I wouldn't have gave you a breath. I don't care if I was in Bangkok. I don't care if I was in Thailand. I don't care if I was in Jupiter. You wouldn't have got nothing from me. Nothing. You expect me to have morality, and you on TikTok blasting me and doing all that stuff, and you want me to try to do the right thing after what you're doing, man? F being humble, bro. I'm not doing that. No, you're not getting nothing. You're not getting nothing. She's not getting nothing from me.
Well, I'm not saying
I will go to your house just to beat your husband up and tell him to do better. Because obviously what he's doing is not enough. So you need to help him out. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. I won't go for that. I'm not going.
Marielle, what you got?
That I'm not going, bro. These women today have been.
I definitely think, it was a high sense of entitlement. I don't feel like he should have to do that. I mean, if it was pertaining to the kids in other areas, like specifically when like she asked prior to it already, like not it being due then or like it being past due. Like if she would have asked before, like, hey, listen, like for the sake of the kids, can you please like pay some of this or like pay it all? Like I feel like that would have been like a fair question to ask because it's for the sake of her kids. But because it was already past due, it was already shut off. Like they had already given her time to pay that, you know what I'm saying? And so her just saying like, it's his responsibility and not her husband's is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That was real crazy.
Child welfare check.
So I'm taking it another angle because this is what if it was about the kids, the kids need some. He trying to get football pass. She need extra money for cheerleading camp. Then
I would have gave them everything.
Then you call your baby daddy. Y'all talk about what y'all gonna do with the kids.
Right.
But this had nothing to do with the kids.
She used the kids for her benefit.
This is a situation where he needed to call him.
Mm-hmm.
As a man,
straight up,
and say, "Look, bro, I've been doing the best I can because if you're living in the same house with this dude, he's probably doing some things for his kids that's probably outside of child support or something like that. So obviously. But as man to man, that was had to do with the kids. So he should have called him and said, "Look, bro, I'm short right now. I'm doing the best I can. If you hit me this real quick, I'll shoot it back to you next Friday on my payday." Boom. And things like that. She should have never even been involved with that much. I feel like that was a man-to-man discussion. And then I probably would have did if bro called me
straight up
and said, "Look, bro, I'm short. The lights got cut off, man. I'm trying. If you can shoot me this, I'll hit it back to you." It would have had nothing to do with her or nothing like that. That's a man-to-man conversation. I also feel like there's so much stuff you can do to get a couple of dollars, bro. So just say for instance,
so much.
If it was cut off, it was at least 2 months behind, right? So say for instance, it was $400 and $400, or $1,000 at max, two pay period, two months, bro. You can pawn your Jordans, your sneakers, your shoes, your Glock. You got it there. I'll go pawn that. It's so many things you can do. Ask somebody, ask your mama. You can go to
DoorDash,
the places that you can get your payday, get your check before payday check cash. Stuff. It's so much stuff you can do. Yeah. For you to have to ask me that, that means you have exhausted all of the possibilities.
Plans
but you just want to call me like, bro, like it ain't nothing you could have did, bro. Like, and that's odd to me. There's nothing you can do before calling me.
It's not odd to me for the simple fact that even outside of this scenario, people in your everyday life come to you for assistance when they have not exhausted all of their resources.
Correct.
Because they feel like it's easier. And again, not in this scenario, because she felt entitled because like Mackenzie or Morgan said, she was trying to use her kids as a pawn. But what I will say is a lot of people now that will come to you and ask you for things because they know your heart and they know that you will do it and they know that you're a good person or you're a nice person and they do it and they get over. They try. I ain't gonna say get over, but they take the easy route out. You're an easier route versus exhausting all other options or making more difficult choices to get what you need. That's just my 2 cents.
I'm just. Part of me feels like, well, all of me feels like mom. Y'all have mismanaged your money. I don't really, honestly, if that story is even true that the girl is telling, if the lights was even off, because you ran to the internet to try to embarrass him and make him look bad because your lights are off.
Or she's just trying to get some click, right?
Or,
but I'm just saying,
if they had said yes, she wouldn't have blasted him on you.
Absolutely, you know absolutely. You try to embarrass him,
you didn't get the answer you wanted.
Honestly,
so now I'm going.
It makes you look bad that you expect somebody to pay, like you trying to make him look bad because your lights at your house off, and his lights.
But it ain't.
I'm guessing are wrong.
Is she really making him look bad? That's
what I'm saying.
Look like a fool.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You're trying to make him look bad, and you the one that ain't got no money.
And it was just her. What you mean it ain't your responsibility?
It's not his responsibility.
Don't get on my man like he doing what he's supposed to do as a man. It's like
But is he really?
Honestly, if I'm the baby
it ain't
daddy,
all on him though.
If I'm the baby daddy,
you live that woman,
and the husband called me like that was saying, I'm already knowing what's going on, nigga, because I already did that. I've been there.
Yeah.
So I'd probably been like, bro, she ain't changed for him. He probably just bought and left. She probably the same woman that she was with him. So I'd be like, bro, I already know what's going on, bro. I mean, I got you.
So that's why he a baby daddy, not a husband.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, you didn't change. You did not change.
He, like, he probably would whisper to him, it's like, run.
It's just ridiculous.
And then he probably was weak. The husband probably look, man, call your baby daddy. You know, man, you do got the kids over here.
You do have
you know
those
what I'm saying? So it's some types of dudes
got
just like that
shift the responsibility all on somebody else.
Bro,
McDonald's hiring, Target hiring, Chuck E. Cheese hiring.
She's sitting in
Radio
her
Shack
car.
hiring.
But I'm back to this, you know,
I deserve.
He doing what he's supposed to do as a man. Like,
no, that's the part that got me.
And as his wife, you should be helping out where he's weak, where he's falling short.
That's
what
the part that got me.
Right. I want to know what you doing.
That's the part that got me.
He's
doing what he's supposed to be doing.
It's gonna be times that dudes gonna fall short on the money.
Right.
It doesn't mean he ain't doing what he's supposed to do all the time. It just could mean like, man, like
he just
we fell on hard times. That's when Eve. That's when wife. That's when you lady should have been like, well, I could probably pawn one of my bags, a Coach bag,
I'll buy it back.
Or what? Let me ask my mom. Since I know husband, you done exhausted all your stuff. Let me see what I can do on my end. And I just didn't. She didn't reflect any of that.
She could have sold feet pics.
Her
feet pics. Feet finder. You ain't gotta put your face in it. They don't know it's your feet.
But she did. She was exhausting her choice.
Asking him. Right.
That's just.
It's just I deserve spirit, bro.
You know,
I deserve mentality. What the hell?
I'm sorry.
I don't know you, bro.
It's just the don't worry about my husband. He doing what he's supposed to do for me.
What is he doing?
I'm sorry.
Working. If you're a husband, you working part time, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, bro.
I'm just saying though.
Well, she's saying that they fell on hard times. Now, at this point, to me, I feel like she has no credibility.
I'm talking about this new husband.
She's a liar,
right?
I don't believe
they
her.
fell on hard times. She
I don't
talking
believe
about
her.
Right? I said she has no credibility. But like I was saying,
about how she talking. Right?
Yeah, But that's what she said. So I'm like, I mean, that's what she said.
Yeah, go to full time.
You are willing to get on the internet and proclaim that you and your husband is straight broke and can't pay y'all bills to make somebody else look bad. It's crazy.
It's to make, but you're not going.
That's insane.
But that's what people do on the internet now.
Bro. A man not gonna go for that, bro.
Yeah.
If you put me down in front of everybody,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm sure he didn't.
Even if I was helpful earlier now,
I would never. You lost.
Point,
my next phone call would have been to the court, showing this video. Give me my children.
If you can't take care of my kids and provide them a roof with some power, then they need to come with me. They don't need to be with you.
Assuming he can take care of.
Right.
Want to take care of.
Absolutely.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A child welfare check. Send them with their grandma. Send them with somebody who got some power at their house at that point.
Yeah,
because if it's about my kids, I'm going to ask, hey, mama, we don't got no power. Can the kids come stay with you? At least just the kids. Just the kids, at least. If they don't want you to come over. Because if it was about the kids, it would have never hit the internet.
Right.
If it really was about the kids.
Right. And again, people do fall on hard times. I mean, he could have got laid off. They could have done mass layoffs at his job. Not nothing he did.
Absolutely.
To lose a job. It's all kind of things that happen to make people fall on hard times. That's why I felt like he probably should have called my man.
And that's what
I want to see his
reaction.
reaction.
More respect right there.
That's respect. And then with the caveat, I'm gonna get this back to you.
I want to know how he felt about her putting their business.
I did too. That's what I was gonna say.
Pay their bills on
I was
Friday.
saying because if he's diminishing,
I want to say he liked it.
He shared the video.
He shared it. He reposted.
Yeah, because
birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
I just said that before you got here. Birds of a feather flock together.
I'm just thinking a man, because men, everybody has some sort of pride. And as a man, the leader of your household, I don't think in a million years that my mama would ever do this, but in a million years would my dad ever be okay going on TikTok to see this video that we can't pay our bills in our house. That's embarrassing.
Listen,
what?
Right.
One more thing I want to bring into this before our next topic. Bro, you know if you send your woman to ask another man for some money, he gonna want something else, bro. I'm just telling you, hey, you don't send your woman to ask another man for no money.
Did he know she was going?
If he showed it to her, he might want something in return, bro. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you sending your woman out like that. That's what I'm saying. You should have asked. If she gonna start asking other dudes for money, bro, a lot of dudes ain't doing nothing for free, bro.
A lot of them.
I mean, you don't put your woman out there like that.
My thing is too, bro. Like, I understand that men are harder creatures and all that stuff, but you're not gonna put no real man down like that. I'm not going for you just put me down like that.
Absolutely.
I'm not the most emotional type. I'm not really that type, but you're not gonna put me down. I'm not going for that. Crazy. Especially if a man is doing everything.
But you respect yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with being emotional. It's just like that's showing the level of respect. The level of respect that she's showing you.
Like, I was about to say, it's a reason that he's not with her right now.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be the one to assume, but the proof's in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit that we got.
You don't have no respect for your husband. To put him on Front Street.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, that you put him on Front Street.
But she tried to boost him up, saying he doing what he's supposed to do. We just fell on hard time. Like she was trying not to slight him.
Dang,
but by you making this video, you slighted him.
Correct. I was like, that ain't no boost. Those just empty words coming out your mouth.
Cut his head off, man. I can't.
What? And a child welfare check. Right, somebody need to send CPS over there if they can't keep the power on. Right, if it's about the kids.
So we got one more here.
One more, y'all.
I gotta try to load this. So let me
let's go.
Let me try to before I click off of here. This ain't
shy.
All right. So
this the one.
All right, so let's do it.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state. But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. People just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to...
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, that's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other side stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows
did you?
Like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss. And there's a police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
It doesn't matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me.
Okay, I'm first. I'm just jump right in.
Hold on, I think I feel a different type of way to you than everybody.
Let's start off with Mary Ellen and Mackenzie this time.
I feel like, I mean, rest in peace to the 2 kids. First and foremost,
that's sad.
I'm gonna put that out there first. God bless the mother and the father, the kids. That's a tragedy. I don't wish it. Like she said, I don't wish that on nobody. So before I even talk about this, the kids first. Rest in peace to the kids. He said she didn't say nothing. She said everything. Some ain't adding up. So before I jump on her case, because she got the kids and they passed away, God bless their soul, I'm not just gonna go shoot at the man and be like, you should have did this, you should have did this, you should have did this. Yes, she was homeless. I think he probably did know that, but if I feel like if real true context was given, hey, we're living in our car at this place, it's cold, I only got a quarter tank of gas, the kids were unsafe, I feel like that would have been a little bit more, a little bit more, I don't know, detailed than, hey, just come get the kids.
But he said he held them, last time he held them was like a month ago.
Right. And she been homeless for 3 months.
So you held your kids. Obviously you saw them. Mm-hmm. The 9-year-old is definitely talking now. He's man, he
aware of everything.
Yeah,
you at 9,
fifth grade, like he's definitely talking. You not asking, so where y'all staying now? Like nothing. She didn't say. It's hard for me to believe.
Right.
The 9-year-old didn't tell him.
Right. Me too.
She didn't tell him, and he didn't know that his baby mama and his kids were homeless. If he held them a month ago and she'd been homeless for 3 months, that's tough. It's possible. To your point, son. It's possible.
I think they did tell him. I would say that too. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
He said that like she had asked him to take them for a couple of days, but it's the fact that he kept saying that she didn't tell me that they were homeless.
The reason.
Right. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, either you can assume, like, there's either, like, your kids' clothes, like, are they clean? Or, like, did they get to take a shower? Like, yeah, there's definitely ways to tell us. And also, too, like you said, the 9-year-old, like, he's definitely talking.
But I don't want to assume.
And I understand that, but what I'm saying is, like,
or you can ask. You can ask.
Yeah, what's going on?
You sitting here and you want to hear, not you.
Yeah,
but you can ask. Yeah, right. And my thing is, I'm sorry. Everybody handle grief a different way. And I'm like my son, this is a very sad situation. And unfortunate 2 young children had to lose their lives because once again, parents are not being parents. To the full extent of being parents. Again, communication is very important. Yeah. I understand he wanted a lengthy, drawn out novel of what was going on with her and the children. But if she reached out and said that she needs help, then what was your next sentence?
Yeah, why do you
I can't.
I agree.
Like he said,
what's the next statement? He said, like she asked me to come get him just to get him. Oh, so you trying to tell me that the lady that's been homeless for 3 months say, come get them just to get them?
Right.
No, this lady is telling you more than what you're putting on. I feel like, and this is my own personal opinion, just based on the little snippets that I've seen, I feel like he feel guilty that he did not do more. And he is like shining it off solely on her. But you just sit there and say, you don't even care what happened now. That's not even going to bring them back and this, that, and the other. And I'm sure that those probably was his only 2 kids and she had multiple kids. But I'm thinking that, again, communication is very important, because if she says she need help, she got your kids. You held your kids a month ago. You FaceTime your kids. You ain't try to figure out nothing was happening out of the ordinary with that whole scenario.
Your thinking cap on, like.
I mean,
I'm fishy. To piggyback off of that, you're saying that she called you to say, I need help. She's saying that she called you to say, I need help. I need help. I don't have to say, hey, I'm homeless, which you probably already know. I need help is what I'm telling you. I need help. Come get your kids.
But that's the only thing. But at one point he said she knew he was.
No, he didn't.
He didn't say that. Oh,
that's the only thing that she needs to say.
Right.
Even if she wasn't homeless,
and I agree.
I need help. I need help.
For the simple fact that you still got my kids. If Marielle was my baby mama, telling my wife, even in the first situation with the rent, hey, I need help. You started off like that. Then I'm like, well, she has my children.
And the conversation is going to open up. Exactly. The conversation is going to open up.
Right.
What's going on? He said that they were not close, but Like he knows that his family is right there.
Ooh,
so why didn't
that's-
he
I'm
ask
gonna go there.
his
That
family?
is- that
because
is-
like
Right,
that makes
right.
sense.
She knows-
She already asked for help.
She
So
knows
you
what-
could call them and get them to get the
Because
kids.
he said, like we
Right.
used to do, okay, well then if she didn't ask and you blaming it on her saying she didn't ask, then why didn't you
My whole
ask?
thing is you're saying, oh, she know where my mama live. All right, this is the thing.
And
I
that's
can't
where
get
I
them.
kinda
I'm at work.
Turn my
She
head,
know where my
yeah.
mama live. I can't get them out
She
my
right
work.
down
Let
the
me call
street.
my mama.
What?
I can't help you. I
Morgan.
can't get my kids. Let me call my mama.
Morgan, that's
Them are
Hey,
still
grandma.
my
everybody's
kids.
like, bro, if you ask me, get your kids, come
I
get
need
them,
help,
come
yeah.
get them. Like, bro, you see a sense of urgency there.
Yeah,
Right.
you do.
I would call, like Morgan said, I would call my mom and say, Mom,
Hey, grandma.
could you get the kids? She keep calling me.
Something's
saying
going on, something don't
She
sound
need
right.
help.
But it's
Yeah.
I want to make
obvious-
sure the kids are okay.
It's so obvious that he's doing a lot better than them. I was at the gym getting on the treadmill. I don't work. I wasn't near her. That's what he said. So it sounds like they're the same city, but maybe just on opposite sides. Man, come on, bro. And I think there is a missing part of this that let's go ahead and acknowledge this. He probably don't like her.
Mhm.
Probably not.
She probably done, and you it could be all kind of. I'm not gonna start rumors, but
Right,
she
right.
could have been
It could
sleeping
be
around a
whatever.
bunch of men.
It could be
hostile.
whatever.
It was her mom, and some kids.
And her
She probably
two
did a
older
bunch
siblings.
of stuff that he hates, and he don't like. He probably mad that he had a child by her. And it goes to show you that a lot of men don't connect with kids that they don't live with.
Absolutely.
And
That's
I
huge.
hate to say
That's
this, bro.
huge. No, that's the truth. That's a
Like-
psychological,
like, if the kids ain't with
psychological
you,
truth.
You go hold the kids every now and then,
Then
but
give
they
them back.
practically straight. They don't live with you. I'm trying to go through the motions. I want to be in their life, but a lot of men don't connect to kids that they're not with. You know what I'm saying? And he probably like, man, she just wants some money. She just want to go club. She want to go do this. That's why she want me to get the kids so she can go do this or do drugs. I'm not saying that, but that's how a lot of dudes be thinking. You know what I'm saying? So he dropped the ball, and I feel like my wife said, now the guilt setting in. Like, man, she really did need me for real, and I did nothing.
So
And
let
now
me
my
just
children
say
are
that
past.
it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Well, I'm gonna say this too, to shift it a little bit, not the subject, but just to shift it. The authorities, if you watch other clippings of this same case,
Right.
the authorities and stuff was saying that, that this young lady had called in to try to get a place to stay,
A homeless shelter.
a homeless shelter,
Mhm.
and they never got back with her. So he is taking proper, so he say, precaution to see how that went or whatever the case may be. But I feel like on a state level and even on a federal level, I feel like, when people are reaching out and they need assistance, that we need to make sure that we are being very intentional about what we're doing, because people are actually out here losing their lives. And I'm not saying that the government or the state can take care of everybody. That's not what I'm saying. And I don't want to go too far in it, because I heard like different points about this story or whatever the case may be. But I think that it needs to be a good investigation in this case, and a good investigation on how we as a people take care of one another.
Right. And I know a lot of homeless shelters aren't government ran. They're volunteer based.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hard to go at people who do stuff for people. It's hard to
You
say,
right.
y'all jacked up, and these people are like, hey man, we spent our whole time in this shelter donating and giving, and now y'all trying to make it us. I do agree though that
No,
there
that's
needs to
not-
be, you would hope a lot of these places, and it could have been government or city run. I'm not quite sure in this yet, but that there is some type of, if somebody calls in, and but it says that she didn't call them back, nor did they call her
Right.
back. So
And I'm not saying to jump on nobody's
Yeah.
back at
Yeah.
all. I'm just saying to see how it's being ran as far as assistance being provided.
right.
Because at this point, I mean, we can't really fault anyone. I don't think, unless they feel like it's foul play or negligence or something involved and on that level.
Right.
But I'm just saying to get a better understanding of how we're doing things, because we can't just turn a blind eye and don't look at it either.
Right. Because remember the guy, when Dixie asked me, a homeless guy a long time
Yeah.
ago, he having anywhere to go. He asked me, bro, anything you can do, I have anywhere to go. I even called some of the homeless shelters, and they were booked. They said all the bunks are taken tonight. And it's like, dang, that's You know, he can't sleep on the floor somewhere. It's better than sleeping outside. You know, but they got protocols and stuff like that they have to go by. Numbers and some of them, like he was like, my wife and kids, like they'll take the wife and the kids, but not the man.
They do that a lot.
Yeah, they do.
They do that a lot.
So wrong with why men keep getting thrown away. You know what I'm saying?
They really do.
Men just bro. And I went up and down that, and like so the man can't stay. No, the wife and the children can stay, but the man can't stay. Like, dang, that's cold.
Tough,
for
yeah, it is.
Man, we just got to thug it out how we got to get it. But a lot of places are out of food, out of bunks, out of this, and you got to try back another night. Try back tomorrow. Tell them to come early where he can get a bunk. And it's like, dang, that's kind of cold.
Yeah, because they have to come. They have to like renew their spot every day. It ain't not that spot. It's not saved for them.
Right. Yeah. So it's tough. You would think you would allow someone to sleep on the floor without a bunk before you allow them to just.
I was thinking that same thing.
Be nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking that same thing. The floor, not a bunk, maybe.
I know there's reasons for that. And probably liability reasons. I was going to
say it's probably liabilities, probably a fire hazard type thing, coding and all that kind of stuff. But
I just feel like when it comes to certain situations like this, don't let your emotions and how you feel about somebody dictate what they got to say, because sometimes they might say that they got something to say. So just because I'm mad at my dad, and if he got something to say to me, or he needs help, I don't want that to blind what's really going on. You really got to be able to use your discernment and just kind of push the emotions to the side for a little bit. Yeah, he hurt me, but if he needs something from me, then I'm gonna hear what he got to say.
But Mike said, that's what Mike said. He's like, and alluding to your point, he said he's demanding and will suffer. Saying that about the
that's you like, come on, bro. Like, real, I hate the,
but look,
your kids bad, but come on, like that's.
I'm gonna read into this a little further though. It says she called everybody, family, friends, homeless shelters. No one will help her. That so to me sounds about her. To me, that sounds like there has been a lot of bridges burnt.
Yeah,
and I could be wrong, but you know, like the boy who cried wolf. The villagers came 2 or 3 or 4 times to help him. It's just that he cried so many times and it was unnecessary that they stopped coming and he got ate by the wolf. Or you know what I'm saying? And I could be wrong. Maybe just people didn't help. But if nobody helped you.
But then are you exaggerating? Because a lot of people like to go to the extreme, especially when they feel like they're in trouble and say, well, I tried everything. Did you really? Or I called everybody. So you called 2 people and that's everybody? I mean, it could be that type of scenario too.
Yeah. And I really want to say this, and I'm going to sound like the bad guy, no way around it. Honestly, if I fear for my kids and it's freezing temperatures where somebody could really get sick, get hypothermia, before I let my kids suffer that bad, I'm gonna call CPS. That somebody gonna come get my kids. I'm not letting my kids stay in the car.
And hope you get them back.
And hope I get them back. I will.
Take that don't sound like no bad guy.
Because I would hate to get my kids taken, but before I let them get to this point, they're gonna have to get into. They'll go to an orphanage. They'll go to this place.
Whoa.
But everybody ain't.
That's tough. That's a hard call to make.
But everybody ain't mature.
But it did say that this particular night she ran out of gas. Like she might have had
like it was
somewhat of a rain on it, but she ran out of gas, so there was no heat in the car.
Yeah.
Like this was one of the light that was just so messed up, right? And she probably thinking we can wrap up in these coats, these blankets.
We can do it. Yeah, we can make it tonight. We can make it.
I don't feel like she felt like she couldn't get through that night.
Right. She wasn't giving that at all.
Wake up and see them pass away.
That absolutely wasn't.
She probably wasn't expecting. I probably wouldn't expect that either.
But
like we got blanket stuff.
I'll huddle up, get some body temperature together. You know, get some body heat going.
But at the same token, though, you knew it was
Morgan's right. Though.
You knew it was bad enough to reach out to your children's father to ask for help. So you know you're in a bad situation. So it goes back to what Mackenzie said. At some point, you got to take your emotions out of the way and you got to do the right thing based on the situation that's at hand. Because I'm not thinking that she thought that this was going to happen, because of course, if she did, she probably would have made different decisions.
Right.
But she just played on it a little bit too long.
Because Lord forbid, if me and Marielle was split and we had some fall off, something like that, if she called me 15 times, I got 15 missed calls, and
You're
I
gonna
hate
know
her.
something wrong.
I'm gonna, what's up? Well, what's up? I'm gonna still kind of give in to what you got going on. Like, I know I ain't gonna be like, I'm just not gonna talk to you. You just, if she called me 15 times that we had a baby, a couple kids together, I'm
but it obviously, he said, she called me and said, get him, like he talked
So
to
he
her.
answered.
Yeah,
He just
multiple
said
times.
no.
Right.
Yeah, he said
right.
he
You know
had
what
to
I'm
work.
saying?
I
That's
can't
my
do
issue.
it because
She
I'm
didn't
working.
tell me. She didn't tell me
Nah.
why. She just said, "Come get them, just to get them." Oh, I'm homeless and I'm cold and we sleeping in the car.
That. That's why he
and
said
I'm
he
saying,
needed.
and I'm saying, come get them just to get them. I need you to come get them. That don't even make sense. Come get them just to get them.
That's exactly what he said.
And it's
Or like, come
possible
spend time with your
that
kids.
she said, come get him, and he said, why? And she
you
said
just need to
something
come
like,
get them.
it shouldn't matter
Just
why.
come get 'em.
It shouldn't matter why
Or just
these
come
your
get 'em.
kids. You know what I'm saying? So
Because-
it's a
And
possibility.
he also
because
said that she
didn't
said,
say she was homeless. It's a possibility.
but he also did say that she said, I need help. That he said, she told him,
Yeah. So
I need help.
what's the scenario for that one?
It is not.
Because if somebody who has my kids said I need help, they don't have to tell me that they're
Right.
homeless.
Again,
They need help.
Again, it goes to open up conversations. People don't know how to talk to each other.
Absolutely.
And
not.
whether you
Communication
with
is
each
gonna
other
kill us
every
all.
day, or
For
whether
real,
you're not with each
communication.
other every day, whether you on a job, whether a lot of people got poor communication. And part of that poor communication is listening skills, not
Yeah,
just
that's
talking.
Comprehension.
Comprehension.
Comprehension,
Yes.
exactly.
Do you
And it's just
understand
like-
what I'm saying?
And then the point of, and then do
You
you
hear the words
care
that come
enough?
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Do you
Yeah.
care enough for what I'm saying? Because if you don't care at all, you don't care what I'm saying, no way. So it's probably going in one ear and out the other.
Right.
So it's just like people just have to take people for face value.
Yeah.
When they say it's okay to say you're not okay, it's okay to ask for help, it's okay. But then when people ask you, believe that they need it.
Man, but I just want to, and I agree.
And
I agree with that.
That ain't
But
just.
but I do want to say we all have that someone that has asked you for something a million times to the point where you said, "I'm done. I'm cutting them
Yes,
off."
that's true.
We got people like that, and they might need some this time, but you're like, "Nah, they're gonna have to ask somebody else this time."
And if
We
you,
got some. We
Yeah.
all know some people like that. You
But
know what I'm saying?
but I don't have two children by them either.
but as a dad though, if you knew she's in a situation she always needs something, then you need to reconsider: are my kids? Is she fit to have my two kids?
Right.
Is
It's
she
just
fit
like-
to keep
Because
my
it
kids?
ain't just about all about having
Right.
somebody that
Right.
over ass.
Bruh,
Teach your children.
Morgan, it goes to a whole nother podcast. A lot of dudes don't want their kids.
And
That is true.
It ain't the fact that they
That
don't
is
know
so
her
true.
urgency.
That's
so
very
true.
true.
Kids don't fit into their lifestyle.
Yep.
They can't go do what they want to do and move how they want to move because they got kids, and let her have them. You know what I'm saying?
And you're partially
I
at
shoot
fault.
some money here every now and then or whatever. I pay my child support, but I don't want those kids to
And you're partially
disrupt
at fault.
my
Okay,
life.
so, but
and
if
that's a
that-
whole nother issue. And
and
I
that
know
is-
that goes into
And,
what you're talking about.
and if that is the freaking case, then don't make up excuses about why she did that and the other.
Right.
You just be a man and say you don't want that. Because a lot of times when men don't want their kids, all of a sudden it's she this, she that, she don't do this, she don't do that, she this, she that. Nah, it's the fact that you don't want your children.
And that very well could be true. She could be all of that, but that ain't got. That's not what your kids are. You laid down. You had a kid, whether it was planned or not planned. The kid is here. The kid didn't ask to be here, so you gotta take responsibility.
Right. And for people, we have a beautiful church here, North Highland Church. It's a wonderful church. When y'all in that type of situation, drive by a couple of churches. And see.
Yes, it's a lot of them on every corner.
It's a lot of churches that can't help you at all.
We know,
But there are a lot of churches that may find someone who have a spare room or may have some extra blankets or some food.
Or may have a
It
contact.
might not be lodging. It might be something else with contacts. We can't be so out of touch with church that we can't see that as a
That's
possible lifeline for you.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of churches will help you out.
All
like
right.
with monetarily, gas, something. It's just that is so unfortunate. But I feel like I'm not like, this is so wrong to say, but I kind of feel like those kids were failed even before that.
Well,
Oh,
ain't
they
wrong
were
to
failed.
say they all were failed.
If they were going to school and schools were seeing this, because like Marielle said, you can tell
You
when
know
they're
when a kid
homeless,
is
they're
not-
not.
And the teachers, the
And-
counselors
yeah,
gonna
that's
step
what
in.
I'm
They gonna pull you
saying.
out. I'm like, hey, you
That's what I'm
okay?
saying.
Sure will.
CPS,
That's what they do.
welfare
Yeah.
checks, and I know
You
it's not
okay?
always easy to
Yeah.
tell, and it's not always easy like that's it. That's a very hard call to make to CPS by yourself.
Right.
But
because a lot of times you don't get your kids.
Yeah.
Don't get them back.
But if
that's the case, did you really need them? I'm not taking the emotional part out of it. Are you capable enough to really care for these kids? The emotional attachment is there, yes. Yeah. You want your children, yes. But are you fit to really make sure that these children are safe? No.
Yeah, I think she felt like it was it's only 3. And she felt like she probably felt it's a temporary situation.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because she said she had places to stay before then. So
right.
like
she tried to
making some effort, you know, so
and she was.
That's a very hard call, but in hindsight, it was the wrong call. Yeah. You should have called somewhere, you know.
Letting go is better. Holding on to hurt worse than letting go. I mean, what's best for my kids? If giving up my kids, what's best for my kids, then I might gotta do that.
It's just that, bro, it seems like there's some missing pieces.
It's a lot of missing pieces.
You and your mom were homeless. So
and your
neither
2
one
older
of y'all
siblings
could piece together one resource.
And her 2 older siblings.
It just seemed like there had to have been a lot of bridges burned.
So there was 4 adults in the car because she said her 2 siblings, her 2 older siblings.
Oh, she did say siblings.
And her mom. So,
in a van. It was a van.
Yes, and her mom. And then the kids. So that's
RV.
4 adults.
And maybe they're in a new city. Maybe they, I don't know.
And you don't never know. Maybe one of them are running away from a domestic violence relationship, or I ain't saying her and her baby daddy. I'm just saying you never know what those people are, faced with.
That's a very
unfortunate. Men, even if you think you're being used, if your children are involved, caution on the side of safety, bro. Caution on the side of
it's your duty, man.
Them my kids. I'm probably sure she does things for them outside of me that is bigger than my check, my what you call it, child support or whatever like that. She's probably foot more of a burden than you do. You don't want this to ever happen to you, man. You don't want this to ever happen. Step up to the plate and do what's necessary for your kids.
Yeah.
So that's really all we got tonight. That was a lot. We packed a lot into the night. Nice. We're already an hour and 7 minutes in, so we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. So until next time, anybody want to say anything before I cut it off?
Last little bit of encouragement. Every action has a consequence. Every single last one.
Yes.
Every cause has an effect, whether you see it or not. So just before you make that choice, before you lay down, before you do anything, before you go to that job, before you say anything to anybody, every action has something's gonna happen. Right. Nothing just goes undone. So please understand that.
And I'm happy you said that because I just was speaking to someone about that the other day. Not necessarily that, but it was how you respond to what is going on, or how you respond to things that you feel has been, or a decision that has been made that you have to deal with. You just need to be careful of your response.
Right.
Wow.
I'm with Mackenzie. Sometimes that you're not in the best financial place to have a kid. Not that kids are always playing, because they're not. But, take precautionary measures. Watch who you're laying down with, because I'm sure that these people had red flags before you had a baby with them. So watch who you're having kids with. If you can't have an emotionally intelligent, comprehensive conversation with them before you have a kid with them, try to think about, if now that we have kids and we have a responsibility together, if they can't talk to me before that, what makes you think that they're going to talk to you before then? And do they have kids that they don't already take care of?
Yeah. Sound too much like common sense right there.
Common sense ain't common.
On behalf of My Turn, My Truth, we'll see you next week.
Good night. Love y'all.
Good night.
Good night.